How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I'm going to be attempting to make a fan art, fully colored and everything. I thought it was a pretty cool idea when my cousin gave it to me. I actually got him to draw with me last time I saw him, and he just recently sent to me a drawing of Tanjiro he did from Kimetsu no Yaiba, and I thought that, hey, I should do the same thing. Draw a character from the show that I liked, since Tanjiro isn't really my favorite. And he said, hey, he gave me some ideas and of some characters, and I'm not fully convinced on who I'm going to do yet, but I'm definitely pretty excited about this. But yeah, without any further ado, I'm saying a lot, so let's just jump into the video. Okay, so I'm on my iPad. I'm gonna look up some characters, but I just had an idea that instead of doing a colored fan art for a character, I'm going to do an inked version, like a manga style inked version type thing instead, since I myself really like manga and ink style artworks a lot better actually than colored artworks, depending on the degree of the skill and level of the artwork. Now, if the inked artwork is very bad, then of course I'm gonna like the colored stuff if it's really good. But as the general rule, if they're around the same in quality, I tend to like the inked version better. I don't know why, it's just me and my preferences. So that's what I think I'm gonna do, is just do an inked version of a character, and yeah, it makes it a lot easier on me. Not as many steps, I don't have to transfer anything to my iPad. So, you know. And so yeah, again, let's get to the artwork and hopefully make something epic. Okay guys, so with the sketch, it did take me longer than it should have. I was being very picky, trying to, instead of breaking things down or laying down a base to put all my details over, I just went straight in with the details. But yeah, not much to say other than that about the sketch. Went pretty okay, just took me a while, which made it pretty aggravating. But once it was done, I set down my pencil, picked up my pen, and got to work with the inking and the line art, hatching, all that stuff to really bring this together. I hope that this illustration brings you much joy. I hope you laugh when you see it. I kind of laughed while I was making it, and once I saw the final result after walking away, letting the ink dry and coming back to it. So I hope it does the same for you guys. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say here, and I'll let this finish out, and then I'll get back to you afterwards. Alright guys, here's the finished piece. I'm very proud of it. It is beautiful. Cannot say I could have drawn a better Nezuko. Definitely going up on my wall as honor of best illustration made this year. But yeah, all jokes aside, let's actually jump into the drawing for this video, the one I was actually meant to do, not whatever this is. But putting small Nezuko aside, whoops, let's actually jump into this thing. Okay guys, so on a serious note, I did actually do a fan art, don't worry. I was not going to leave it at Nezuko. I promised you guys a fan art, so I am going to do a fan art. Here I am, of course, in my sketchbook, trying to put out some ideas of what I might want to do. I didn't really know whether I want to do like a portrait or a full body pose or like some action pose, you know, with a ton of perspective or really dynamic. I didn't know that part on which route I wanted to go, so I was just playing around, you know, finding what I wanted to do, making sure what I wanted to do I knew how to do, because it would be bad to try to do a pose I, you know, didn't know how to do. That wouldn't be that great of an illustration now, would it? So yeah, it went pretty smoothly in the sketchbook. I did end up going with the top thing in the thumbnail right there. As you can see, I'm trying to draw it again, but yeah, so here we are, flipped over to the actual illustration. I did decide to do it on watercolor paper because I didn't know whether or not I wanted to ink wash this illustration or just do hatching, but I did it on watercolor paper. That way I had the option to do ink washing if I did choose to do that or go that route, which I do, and I really think it the picture would have suffered, let's just say that, if I did not do the ink washing, or at least in my opinion, I think so. So the sketch right here, this base, took like no time at all. I think like 10 to 15 minutes. Really smooth, really simple, took no time at all. The details, adding in like the facial, you know, the details though, that took like no time at all either. It flew through that, and the inking, the process that was really going to take a lot of energy and focus, actually went pretty smoothly. Because of that, I wasn't so upset and tired out from the sketch that I was able to ink this pretty decently, I think, without being worn out or, you know, frustrated. So yeah, putting in the background, I really just did a sky with some clouds in it. I mean, simple, right? But yeah, once the sketch base was down and whatever I wanted to do, I just moved on, erased it a little bit, as you'll see right here with the kneaded eraser, and then after that it was honestly just time for the inking, which honestly, let me just tell you, first thing, the line art not looking too bright. So once the ink washing was added, it really helped. Oh, and also, in case you guys were wondering, no, I just skip right past the details for you guys so you don't have to sit through that. And now that the inking's going on, as you can see, I will sit back, let you guys enjoy the process, and I will see you again at the end. Alright guys, and with that, this illustration is over. But before the big reveal, I just want to say that I honestly didn't think I was going to like this artwork that I made. When I got done with the sketch, it looked okay. Then when I did the line art, it did not look that great to me. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. It just looked weird to me. And then when I started adding the ink washing, it actually started to turn around, and I actually started to like it the more shades and tones and shadows and stuff that I put into it. So I'm actually pretty proud of this piece. It's probably one of my favorite illustrations I've made so far on the channel, and I mean, actually I think it's one of my favorite illustrations I've made, period. So I hope you guys enjoy the final result as much as I did creating it. But yeah, with that said, let's get on to showing you guys the illustration, because I think that's what you came for.